Hello, everyone, and welcome to Heart Center Tarot. As always, my name is Marina, and I will be your guide for this portion of the journey. Welcome, welcome to Mondays with Marina. It occurred to me the last few, I've done some personal readings. Don't get me wrong, I love doing those. However, I thought that tonight, given as we just had an eclipse and, a few other different things that happened over the weekend, I thought I might try something different. So, for any of you out there that might have questions for me, how many children are in my family, or that kind of stuff, as long as it's not too personal. Yeah, I will gladly answer them. It gives you an opportunity to get to know me a little better on a personal level. It also gives me a little more of an opportunity to kind of interact with you. And also, if you have any political questions that you want me to look at, I can certainly do that. Just put it in all caps. That way it gets my attention. Because as most of you know, I should be wearing glasses. I'm a little too vain to do that. So I struggle. Okay. So for, TW, thank you. I'm going to start that question. Yeah. I've mentioned it before, but I'll keep mentioning it because I don't want this to be a surprise to any of you as time goes by. If you're interested in booking a reading with me or taking a class, September is the month to do it, and I'll tell you why. As of October 1st, all my prices are going up. Has nothing really to do with tariffs or anything else, but my prices have been pretty standard for about 2 years. And the cost of everything has gone up, from StreamYard to YouTube to internet to yada 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 yada. You know what I'm talking about. You're all in the same boat. So there you go. And if you're interested in doing that, let me back up. Go to marinasheartcentertarot.com. Take a look at what's on offer over there, in terms of the different readings, the different classes, and whatnot. Take a look at the testimonials. If you've ever wondered what a personal reading is like with me, take a look at the testimonials and then kind of take it from there. You can also purchase a gift card, and that is for someone who you think they might want a reading, but you're not exactly sure. You want to be able to gift them with something a little different. Well, there you go. You go to the website, you choose the amount of the gift card that you want, and then you let the person receiving the gift card decide how they want to spend it. Do they want a tarot reading? Do they want a mediumship reading? Do they want a combination of both? Do they want to take a class? Whatever. So go on there and take a look. I'm also going to remind you that down in the description of the video, I have got my link for the Otter Spirit bracelets. If you use the link that is down in the description, you'll also see in there is a promo code. And if you use that promo code, you get 20% off. Who doesn't want 20% off? Especially since I know there are some people who have already started their Christmas shopping. I know. And it's something to think about. The particular ones that I got, these were about abundance. So I have Jade, the green one. I have Citrine, and I have Aventurine. they're powerful bracelets. They really are. And they, well, I put them on this afternoon. If any of you were on my show earlier when I had the amazing Hershey on with me, you could kind of see me fading fast. And that was, I really felt totally discombobulated and, kind of outside of myself, and on and on and on. Turns out that, yeah, as the day wore on, my, as some of you know, most of you know, I'm type 2 diabetic, and my numbers were steadily going down, and I didn't realize it until until after I'd finished the show with Hershey, and I went to check, and I thought, oh, okay, that's not good. So I had done all the things that I would normally do, such as taking dextrose, making sure I had something to eat, and whatnot. Finally, what I decided to do was, okay, I'm just going to lay down, going to put my feet up, and see if that doesn't help. And then the little voice inside my head said, go put on your bracelets. And I went, okay. So I did find that they they certainly did help a lot. So I'm a lot more myself. Okay. And thanks, Jackie B. Yeah, you and Dawn. Dawn sent me a text message wanting to know if I was okay. And she said I was looking a little pale. I can imagine. I can imagine. So, but I am feeling 1,000% better. So, as I said, for those of you that are interested, go follow, go in the description, click on the link. It's the Heart Center Tarot link. Yeah, use the promo code and get your 20% off. Oh, Susan Rotella said, I got a purple. Oh, yeah. Amethyst is love amethyst. And Book. Hello, Book. How are you? Haven't seen you in forever. I even had a few people just the other day who were asking where you were, if anyone had heard from you. So let us know what's new and exciting in your life. Yes, Liz, absolutely. Yeah, definitely taking care of myself. Yeah. So there you go. Now I do have the governance cards out in case anything political comes up. Now, for those of you that have that are asking, I'm not going to be doing any personal readings this evening. So, I do a good deal of personal readings. Sometimes I just need to take a step back. And I think tonight is one of those nights that I need to take a step back. But I certainly do want to be able to communicate with you. So there you go. All right. And, oh, Philip, you're not late. You're right on time. You're right on time. Okay. So TW wanted to know, have I always lived in Alberta? No, I have not. I was originally born in the former Yugoslavia, when it was still Yugoslavia, and I was born in the part that today is known as Croatia. And from there, when I was about 9.5, we immigrated from Croatia to Canada and spent a couple of years in Montreal. From Montreal, we moved to Calgary, and most of my life, yes, I have been in Alberta. I have been in Calgary. I did spend about 10 years living on the East Coast, living in Dartmouth, and just love, love Nova Scotia. It's beautiful. So, yeah, so that kind of answers that question. Yeah, but Alberta is home. Alberta feels like home. So, and Lois Tooker wants to know, do you have someone do personal readings for you? Yes. Yes, I do. And oh, Isabella, your mom was born in Bosnia. Yeah, back in the day when it was Yugoslavia and everyone got along before they realized that they shouldn't. Yeah. Perfect. So, yes, I do. I have couple people that will read for me. I have had readings with Val, of course, and then I've had readings with Michelle Marie of Astrological Tarot. That was very, very informative. Um, and and then sometimes, you know what? I'll go to my sister because she's a tarot reader as well. And yeah, when I need to hear what I need to hear rather than what I want to hear, my sister is the one that I'll go to. So yeah, there you go, Lois. Yes, I do. And I hope I didn't miss anyone. And who said Edmonton? Helena Harrison. Hey, Edmonton, how are you? We're neighbors. We're neighbors. Just like Dawn Turner. Dawn is in High River. So it's like, yeah, the world is big, but sometimes it can be very, very small. And Susan Rotella is in South Carolina, but I've lived, a New Yorker. Okay. I get you. No, I don't know. I think anyone who would be a Trump voter or a Trump supporter would not resonate with my channel. They would, yeah, they would tune in for a second, maybe two, and they'd go, "Oh, Christ, that woman is stupid," and they would go someplace else. So, yeah, I know a lot of people did not vote for him. A lot of people didn't vote at all, which is really unfortunate. And um, now I want to address that book. You had a couple surgeries. Well, you're here with us, so clearly they went well. I hope that you're doing better than you anticipated, or better than things are going before the surgeries. So you were missed. Just so you know, you were missed. There was a good number of people who asked about you. So if you ever think that, oh, nobody loves me, yeah, just come on to a chat. Yeah. And oh, Jackie, good question. What do you do before giving readings? Prayer, singing, meditation? Yes, I will generally. I'll do a little bit of a meditation. I light my little tea light. I will set some incense, whatever the mood takes me. And I do have a prayer. Yeah, hold on. I'm going to dig it out because if I know I'm going to try to do it from memory and I'm going to muck it up. So it's a lot easier if I just read it to you. But this is sort of the prayer that I will say before either a personal reading or even doing the shows and readings here as well. And that, excuse me, and that is, I call on my guides, ancestors, angels, and ascended masters to protect me as I receive and deliver these messages from Universal Spirit. May this reading and the messages provided be guided by and delivered with love, clarity, and truth. Reveal to me what should be known now, and keep from me what should remain secret. Guide me to always manifest the highest possible good for myself, my spiritual family, and humanity at large. So that's sort of, it's setting the intention. I will then concentrate and see if there's any particular decks that that might want to come out. And then kind of take it from there. The one thing that I do in personal readings that you won't see me do on here is I have a deck that I developed about 5-6 years ago now. Very rudimentary deck, sort of cartoonish pictures on it, but I am not an artist. And they when I lay down those cards, they tell me a story. And I like to open most readings with that just because it helps set the mood, and it kind of lets me know what it is that that I'm dealing with, and also how I can handle delivering certain messages to people. Some people, they take the readings like they take their coffee, right? Black, just give it to me straight. No sugarcoating, nothing else. Other people tend to prefer a softer delivery when it comes to the message. So usually when I'm using my own cards, that kind of helps me set the tone. So yeah, that's what I do to get ready before I do a reading. Okay. And and Lois also wanted to ask about the otter bracelet. Can't choose. Yeah. Are the regular size stones much different than the mini stones in terms of effectiveness? No. The stone size is not going to have anything to do with how effective it is. Personally, I like the larger beads. That's just the way that that I am, and I will tell you that the sizing for these particular ones that I got are large, and I prefer my bracelets to be on the looser side. I want to wear the bracelet rather than have the bracelet wear me. So if I could very easily have gone to a medium, and I don't have tiny wrists. I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm not a petite kind of girl. So yeah, the large fits really, really, really nice. So, but yeah, if you're wondering about the effectiveness, no, it's the intention that's in the stone. Yeah. And Dawn says the smaller beads are easier to wear for the day, though. Yes. Yeah, they would be. Some people are, they don't want to feel the bracelet, right? So there you go. Okay. I hope I didn't miss any questions. Oh, Book. There was a dog left there by a Burger King employee left when he was arrested with a ton of outstanding warrants. Long story short, our 3-month-old pug is named Parker. He's such a love. Oh, I bet he is. But you'll have to send me pictures because yeah, I one of my good friends has a pug. His name is William, and he's just adorable. He's just this great big bundle of love. Take care of me. What do you want from me? Just yeah. Oh, they're fabulous. They're fabulous. Uh, yes, book. Yes, stacks of powerful bracelets. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Let me make sure that I'm not missing anything here. Uh, okay, Jasmine. Hello to you, Jasmine. Would you read on the recent ruling about ICE in Los Angeles? It is devastating. Our city of angels has been going through so much. Yes. Yes, it has. There are people are starting to recognize what's going on. There's still a good portion that even though they recognize it, they're sitting back and they're going, well, let's just see what happens next. There is the opportunity that things might get a little worse before they get better, and I don't say that to scare you. It's just to keep you aware, to keep you focused on what's really important. And what is important in all this is how we take care of each other, right? Um, the what we are striving for ultimately, what um, we are hoping to achieve is that love, light, compassion, and unity that we share with everyone. And oh, okay, just a second, NB. I'm going to, yeah, I will include that in the um, as I'm pulling cards. And someone had asked, the next Shine Your Light event is going to be on Saturday, September the 27th. And I hope to see many of you there. And okay, so SCOTUS ruling for LA effectively gives ICE the right to arrest and detain people just on race. How is it going to affect most of the U.S. citizens? You're going to notice that the malls aren't going to be as full, that farmers are not going to be able to hire people to bring in the crops. There you're going to be facing longer lines when you go to your fast food restaurant. Um, people are not people are not going to want to be as visible as they have been up until now. But let's take a look. How are Angelinos and the rest of the U.S. going to deal with ICE? People are getting ready to do a policy overhaul. They can see that this isn't working out. They can see that detaining people just on race, just because they happen to be excuse me, a different color um, from you, it doesn't mean that they are not American citizens. It just means they have a different heritage. It does not define their citizenship. So I think a lot of people are going to be standing up and saying, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. It's going to result in market volatility. And like I said, there, the farmers don't have anyone that they could hire to bring in the crop, to pick the fruit, to pick the vegetables, to do all those things. What's going to happen? Well, is you think a white boy is going to go to the farmer and say, yeah, I'll pick those vegetables for, pennies on the dollar. Absolutely, I can do that. No. So that those fruits, those vegetables, those grains, and so on are going to rot, which means that the farmers are going to lose money, which means market volatility. Excuse me, because people still want their, um, they want to, you still need to have your fruit and veg and all that kind of stuff. So what are they going to do? Well, they're going to have to buy it from countries who can supply it. Countries like, dare I say, Mexico. Yeah. So it's what SCOTUS is doing, and what this administration is doing is not good. Yeah, this is all in pursuit of control. SCOTUS knows that their time in power is waning. It's quickly coming to an end. So they are desperate to keep control, and so they're going to offer the administration whatever it wants so that they can stay where they are. Now, the good news in all this, and as I've said before, never, ever, ever would I wish harm on anyone. That having been said, there are some people who are on the Supreme Court, in Congress, in the House of Representatives, in government, and so on, that are just, they need to be replaced. It's time for them to take a back seat and let someone who is a little more, who is a little younger, who is a little more vital, and so on, take over. I don't think that people need to have 88 and 93-year-olds make decisions for how 30-year-olds are going to be living their lives. That just doesn't make any sense to me. So, it's up to everyone to get involved, to make sure that your voice is heard. Hello, Anna. Nice to see you here. Thank you. Thank you all for joining me. I'm so glad you're here and ready to to do this with me. Yeah. And yes, Debbie, may God have mercy on their poor souls. There is nothing in the universe, nothing that I would trade for one of their lives for a minute. Whenever I think of most of the politicians, most of the people in government, it's like, oh, for heaven's sakes, just sit down. Now, I heard apparently that Susan Collins is thinking that, well, maybe she won't run again. You think? Joni Ernst is saying that, yes, she's not going to be running. Well, no, because she wants something else. But these are all people that they need to go. They just need to go. And yes, Mark Brisbois, yeah, replaced by ones that are not owned by American oligarchs. Absolutely. Whether whatever side of the border you're on, whether it's U.S. Woo, woo, okay, U.S. or Canada, I think that there need to be not only term limits, but there need to be guidelines that money needs to get out of politics. You should be able to, give everyone a budget. I don't know, $50,000. That's what you have. $50,000. That's your campaign money, not a penny more. I don't care if someone wants to, if they want to donate to your campaign. No. After that certain limit, any quote unquote donations that come in would need to be sent off to a third party, such as someone who provides shelter, housing, school lunches, medical facilities, that sort of thing. And that way you have a level playing field with everyone having the same amount of money. And I would make it illegal to accept more money than that. So yeah, yes, absolutely, Colleen. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, government isn't for public service. What is the point of having power if you don't profit? Absolutely, yes, yeah. I know. I like to live in my head sometimes. Yeah, this is. We used to be able to rely on our politicians to at least be somewhat honest with us. That has gone so far off the deep end that now most of them, everything they say, I take with a huge grain of salt and double check the source 2-3 times. And then I'll go to another country and see what they're saying about what this person has said. Only because, your own country is going to be biased in terms of the information that they share, right? But you go to another country and see what they're saying about your country, that's going to give you a little more of the truth. So, yeah. And yes, N8. Wait a minute. Is that N8 or is that Nate? Huh. Okay. Yes, things are going to be a lot different. Once we get through this, people are going to realize that, and it sounds trite, voting is not only a privilege, it is your duty. Don't tell me, it's too long of a wait, it's too hard to get there, I couldn't get the day off. Any of those excuses, because what is your excuse going to be when you find yourself with no freedoms? What then? Who are you going to go to? Who are you going to complain to? Do you think that they're going to do anything for you? No, absolutely not. Because it's the people who sit back and say, you know what, they're a politician, they're all the same. Maybe they are. So maybe you need to vote for the lesser of two evils. But voting is so very important. That's why we have a Donald Jessica Trump in power right now. Not only because there was, entertainment purposes, only YouTube manipulation when it came to the vote, but there was also millions of people who did not vote, who said, well, you know what, I don't like either one, so I'm just not going to participate. Okay, then. Okay. So I think that yes, it is going to be different. Let me just pull a few cards because I think we're going to be a much gentler, kinder kind of society. What do we have to look forward to? Yeah. See this pursuit of control? See that? I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure that things go the way that I want. I want to be the king. It is my right. Well, that hasn't worked, and it's not going to work. When you think about all the civilizations that we've had up until now, the Roman Empire, what happened to it? The Nazi Germany, what happened to it? Look at any of the empires that were built on do as I say, not as I do. They eventually fall. So this is going to be one of them. Okay. Peace treaty. What we're going to end up with in the end is a peace treaty, an acknowledgement of our differences and a celebration of our differences. And some people are still going to go ahead with a facade of goodwill. But I think they're going to find life very uncomfortable because they're not going to be able to walk away from how they really feel. Right? They're going to expose themselves. Borders and deportations. I think we're going to find too that more and more people are going to recognize and realize that they can move into they should have the right to be able to go where it is where they can find happiness, however they define it for themselves. So and ultimately I think that's what I'm hoping that the world is going to be like, where we're not going to need to put fences around things, because when you do that, are you keeping people in, or are you keeping people out? Right? Everyone deserves to live a life that is happy in however they define it, as long as it's not hurting someone else. It's no skin off my back, right? So yeah. Oh, thank you, Judy. Amazing hairbrush. Amazing. Yeah. And yes, Roxy, SCOTUS is very much complicit in this. They absolutely know that the reason that the US is facing what it is facing right now is because they gave a man the expressed opinion that he could be king, that he is above everyone. The law does not apply to him. He simply has to say what it is that he wants, and people are just going to bow and say, yes, of course. This man is Looney Tunes. He really, truly is. And every day it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. So, we're all going to be able to, at the end of this, say, do you know how people after World War II, when they said, well, how come so many Germans went along with what was happening? Because it didn't happen overnight. They didn't just wake up one morning and go, oh, look, this black is white and white is black. No, it happens slowly over time, and people become desensitized to it, so that the more that they refuse to see, the easier it was for them to say, oh, it's got nothing to do with me. I can't. No, it has nothing to do with me. It didn't turn out very well for them. It's not going to turn out very well for the folks here. So, yes, yeah. Yeah, lots of people, especially the uh, women and children, girls, finally get justified his crime are out of. Yes, Delphi, you're absolutely right. Yeah, I did a piss poor job of trying to read that, but yes, there more and more people are coming out. More and more people are speaking out because now they recognize that there is this um, um, there is this strength in numbers, if you will, right? So while um, the people in power, those that are guilty of these things, they may be able to manipulate one person, two people, three people. You can't you can manipulate as many survivors as there are, especially once they start talking to each other, once they start working together instead of kind of individuals. It's going to be very, very difficult. And we really do need to hear from them. I don't need to hear what an investigation found. I need to hear what the victims, what the survivors have to say. They were there. That's firsthand knowledge. So I would be more apt to believe what they had to say versus, well, we did a 6-year investigation and we found, yes. Yeah. So, um, let me see. Let me just clean up some of the questions. And I got that one. Oh, interesting question. Philip says, I always ask, what influence do you believe animals have on readings? A lot. A lot. Animals are like our they're like our angels. They are like our guides. Your animals, your dogs, your cats, they communicate with you on a daily basis if you are if you stop and think about what it is that they're doing. Some of you have heard me say before that when one of my cats, Dexter, has on more than one occasion literally saved my life because I would go to sleep. I would check my numbers before I go to sleep. Everything is normal. Everything is fine. Something happens during the night, and all of a sudden, my numbers start to crash. I'm sleeping. I don't know that there's something wrong. And he will come into my room and he will do whatever he needs to do in order to wake me up. Not just, oh yeah, kitty Tad, come here, I'll give you a cuddle. No, but to the point that I am awake, that I am fully conscious of what is going on. Every single time he does that, as I become aware, I know that something's not right, and I'll check my numbers. Sure enough, they're very low, and I have to do the the apple juice, the dextrose tablets, the different things. So I think animals are very, very important in terms of looking after us. And some people, I think that you'll find that a lot of people when they get a reading, they do like to have their pets close to them, and that's almost like validation. So yeah, I think animals have a very, very important um, part to play in our lives. And I've said before, listen, if my dog doesn't like you, chances are very good I won't either. So there's that. Yeah. And I noticed, oh, I just have to scroll up to find it. Um is I will. Hold on. Oh, who was it that said that they just got their bracelets? And I thought that I had started, but apparently I didn't. In my defense, I'm being left alone and I'm unsupervised. So, and okay. And Debbie Smith, happy anniversary to you and your hubby today. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. Book wanted to know, can I read on how many Dems are complicit? You know what? Probably just as many as there are Republicans. This is not a political inclination. These are people who have made some terrible, terrible choices in their life, and hurt people. So, this isn't the best and the brightest and whatnot. These are, in a lot of ways, very cowardly beings who need to feel superior. And so they do these things because they can get away with it. So, how many Democrats? I think probably as many as there are going to be Republicans, as independents, as oligarchs, on and on and on. And yeah, reversing course. Yeah, I think we're going to be able to see that some of the people that are involved, because the more that the information comes out about the associations with Epstein, the closer that it gets to the people involved, that's when you're going to start to see, oh, I have health issues. I need to spend more time with my family. I'm not doing this anymore. You know what? Being a politician is such a thankless job. I forget it. I'm just going to go work and whatever. Yeah. And these are people that are being left out of the trusted circle. And they they know that their sins are being exposed. Yeah. And crypto uncertainty. Their money is not going to uh, it's not going to protect them to the extent that they think it's going to protect them. So is this telling me about how many Democrats? Look, it's global impact. So, oh, thank you, Lois. Thank you. Okay. And if you could, yeah, I will try to look for that post, because I want to see what Anna had to say. Thank you, Anna. Yeah, this isn't just Americans. This isn't just certain segment of society. This is worldwide. These are people who have absolutely no empathy for anyone or anything. They're very selfish, and in a lot of ways, very sick. Very sick. All righty. Let's see. Okay. I am going to wait. I'm going to try to find Anna's comment now that I know who I'm looking for. Da, 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 da. There you go, you guys. Oh. Oh. Okay. I can see that, Anna. It was you. Now I just have to find. Woohoo. Talk amongst yourselves. Pick a topic. Oh my goodness. Come on. I know it's there. I know it's there. There we go. Thank you. Okay. Received otter bracelets. They are gorgeous. Ah, you are more than welcome. And they are, aren't they? Like they feel heavy. They feel genuine, and they are genuine, obviously. Yeah, triple A beads. The quality is outstanding, folks. Thank you, Anna. That is lovely to hear. Okay, going back down and yeah, and yes, Laura. Yeah, it's not just political; it's human. It it is no longer a difference of opinion. It is a difference of morals. Some people just choose to be a little more moral um, than others, right? Some people do the right thing even when no one's looking. Other people look for opportunities to sidestep the rules. There you go. So, okay, let me see who else do I have here. Did that. Okay, Colleen. What will happen to Chief Justice Roberts since his connection to Epstein is leaked with pictures? It's AI. It's not real. That wasn't me. That was my wife. Yeah. It's not going to be good for him. But let's just take a look. Let's just ask. What happens to Justice Roberts? I think he is going to find himself, it feels like he's very much ostracized. Like oh, I just get a sense of him almost sitting down, sort of covered with a blanket and just looking around to see where the daggers are going to come from. Isn't it amazing how these people don't mind inflicting horrible, horrible pain on others, but when it comes to themselves, oh, they are terrified little cowards. Okay. Tell me about Justice Roberts. Tell me about Justice Roberts and Epstein. Well, again, pursuit of control. This is him trying to keep a grasp on things, making sure that whatever is going to come out is going to that he's going to try to have an explanation, right? It's not real. It's fake. It's this. It's that. Right. Until the survivors can point out and say, dude, you were there. This was the date. This was who was there. This is what happened. This is what you did. Yeah. Then it's going to be, oh, it's a witch hunt. Yeah. Look, empty promises. Empty promises. I'm sure that one of the first things that he's going to say is there needs to be an investigation into this, but enough with the investigations, right? Who's going to be in charge of the investigations? And reversing course. Yeah, don't be surprised if all of a sudden he comes out deliberately obscuring. Yeah, that he's going to come out and say he had absolutely no idea what Jeffrey was doing. This was all a setup. Somebody did it to him. It's one excuse after another. And you know what? Don't believe it. Yeah. Connie B, you're not that late. It's all right. It's okay. Okay. And Carl says Trump Trump will leave in either handcuffs or a casket. Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Not that I wish him ill. I'm just really, really looking forward to reading his obituary. There we go. Okay. So tell me, Trump. Um, you know, there are people around him who are doing their very best not to show him as being the cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs guy. Okay. They are providing intervention. They're going to speak on his behalf. They're it's not Trump who's going to the what is it, the G20 or something. No, it's JD Vance is going to go, and no, there's going to be people running interference. They think that they're doing it with good intentions. They think that they're they are shielding him from something when they're not. What they're actually doing is exposing what it is that he is up to. It's the borders and deportations that are going to really sink a lot of these people, because they're very focused on the trade wars. They're very focused on what it is that they want, and many of them are outside the trusted circle. There is How is Trump going to leave? I Okay. The Marina as a human being, I want to see him leave in handcuffs. I want to see him be paraded all over the place, and I want to see him exposed um, to for all the things that he has done. I want him to pay a very stiff penalty for all that. The spiritual, Marina says, hey, it's his lesson. There isn't anyone on earth who could have provided the lessons that we have learned from Trump except Trump. If it was anyone else, it might have prolonged the process because they would have been smarter about it. So the spiritual me can appreciate that, this is some heavy duty karma contracting that he took on. Ultimately, when he transitions, he will feel everything that he has done to others. Even though he may have signed up for it, he may have requested it, he may have said, no, I'm the guy for the job. He may very well be the guy for the job. But his his outcome is not going to be good. It's not going to be good. I also think that between Trump, Putin, and Netanyahu, I see the three of them exiting at about the same time, or very, very shortly within each other. because it's almost like they're when one goes, it's going to suck a lot of the energy out of the world, and the other two are just kind of going to go with it. So, and hello, Patricia friends. Thank you. Those of you that are here. If I haven't said it enough, you know what? I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you guys, right? Whatever success that I have on YouTube is as a result of you guys. When you engage with me and allow me to engage with you, that's when the magic happens. That's when we hopefully we all profit by it. We all learn from each other. You know how they used to say with what was it, Boy Scouts or Girl Guides, sharing is caring? It is. It absolutely is. The more that we share with each other, the more that we encourage each other, genuinely encourage each other, the further along in our spiritual journeys we're going to be, the happier that we're going to be. Who doesn't want to be happy? Who's going to sign up? No, I'll take the misery for 300, Alex. Yeah, no, no, not going to do that. Okay. And oops, let me see. Thank you, Artist Liz. Thank you. I love spending time with you guys. I just do. Alrighty, okay. Well, now, if there's no more questions, I'm going to thank you for spending part of your evening with me, with each other. I love how you support each other. Oh, Liz, no rush. No rush. Okay. So, and I just, cats are super smart. Oh, are they ever? Oh, are they ever? Yeah. Yeah. Jeffra says, my quirky Sophie has gas and she lets one rip while she's napping. And jumps on barking. Yes, I have seen dogs do that before. And it is that's some funny shite, Jeffro. It really is, because yeah, that reminds me of there was I don't know if it was a TikTok or a show or something that I saw, but yeah, this older woman is walking down an aisle in could have been a grocery store, could have been whatever, but yes, and as she's walking, she's letting gas go with every step. And I just found that hilariously funny, because I thought, oh my, that could be waiting for me. I can't point a finger and say, oh, that's gross. I don't know what I'm liable to do tomorrow. So there you go. And what is this? What is this? No, get any questions in. Don't let her leave. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Anna. Thank you. Yeah. And yeah, lovely, lovely, lovely. So, all right, my darlings, I am going to be tomorrow, I'll tell you, at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I'm going to be over on Sun Psychic Jeans channel. And then at 7, you'll have to come back to my channel, because the twins are going to be joining me. We're gonna have Taco Tuesdays. So I'm gonna do a little bit of homework later on tonight and tomorrow just to see what it is that we can talk about. But man, oh man, we yeah, we never have, those moments where you have to try to pull something out of the air to talk about. It's like like throwing a dart. Yeah, you're always going to hit something. Anyway, thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for sharing yourself with me and allowing me to share me with you. All right, take care, be good, and I will see you all later. Bye for now.